Well, your ex, if he was on OnlyFans, what would you be? Would you be taking a look at the windmill?
It's just hilarious to even think that he could be organised enough.
Does it suck when your kid doesn't love what you love?
Can do, but then I remember when I was their age, when I was 15, I was the same. My dad loved his taxi. That wasn't at a risk of loving that. Can we be real bags? How you going?
Good, how are you?
Uh,
Oh,
terrific, thanks. I just arrived in Sizzle City again, and I had a really weird morning at the airport today. And, well, I tell you what I did at the airport, which is so embarrassing. It's just, what an airhead. I went to Mecca.
Oh, yeah?
You know, as I always do, always pop into Mecca at the airport.
Hang on a second. I remember when we were travelling together.
I'm not going to Mecca with you.
No.
No.
But what did I say to you? I think we were in Sydney Airport. We were going up to Brisbane weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I said to you, and we're walking through that section with all the bright lights and all the different stores and all that kind of gear. And I said, don't you just love this place? Like, don't you love that? No, well, you do. Because the thing, I said to you, look at all the bloody shops and the Meccas and all that kind of gear.
I hate the airport. Going to Mecca is just something to cheer myself up.
Exactly.
No, but I'd rather not be there at all. I'd rather be at home cheering myself up than no. So anyway, I just go to Mecca to cheer myself up. The bright lights, all the makeup, you know.
It's exciting.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but it just cheers me up. Anyway, so go to Mecca. I'm walking out of Mecca and thinking, oh, what gate do I go to? So I'm looking up at the board, and then as luck would have it, I glance down to see where I'm walking, and I think, someone's got the same suitcase as me. And I thought, oh, that is my suitcase. I just left. I was about to just go and get on the plane and leave my suitcase in the middle of the airport. Like, that's embarrassing. What a rookie idiot error. I'm up Louis because he left his school bag at school one day, and I'm like, how can anyone do that? And I very nearly left my suitcase in Melbourne. Mecca just stunned me. But also this had stunned me. When I arrived at the airport, I got a text. This is where the weirdness began. It's from DFAT. Do you know what DFAT is?
No.
Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade.
Okay.
Australian Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade.
Yeah.
And DFAT says, enjoying a drink on your overseas trip? Look after yourself and your mates. Be aware of the risks of drink spiking and know the signs of methanol poisoning. Find out more at smarttraveller.gov.au. And I'm like, I don't remember texting you, DFAT, to let you know I was going to be at the airport.
No, because that's just it's a geo-targeted
That's creepy.
What
do you mean?
Mate, this has been happening for... Yeah, so
I never got one like this.
So you're basically just in the radius of the airport.
Well, and in Melbourne...
By the way, I don't know this. I'm just guessing, but it sounds good, doesn't it?
It sounds amazing.
Basically, if you come in the radius of the pole, the Optus or Telstra pole, the tower, and they've decided to go and do a marketing spin of like DFAT or whatever, they want to spit out some text to that area. Yeah. Poof, there it goes. I think that's what happens. I don't think you have to worry about that at all. That's fine. What do you mean it's bullshit?
That feels like...
You don't have to register to get that text message.
No, but also it's like, maybe I don't want DFAT to know I'm at the airport. I don't know why I wouldn't want them to, but...
Well, they know.
They do.
Yeah.
They know I'm at the airport. And in Melbourne, the Virgin Terminal is next to the International Terminal. Yeah. So that's why they're asking me if I'm going overseas. But...
I had the same thing happen to me with the bag, but I was on the plane.
Did you?
So somehow, it was when I was down in Melbourne, I literally had left my bag in the pub, right?
I wonder how often that happens.
And then I just walked. Yeah. I just walked. Because I'd always come down for like one night, so I'd never bring much, right?
Yeah.
Left my carry-on in the pub, walked out, walked to the gate, got on the plane, right?
Oh
I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, where did I put my bag?
Yeah, right?
And then I got up and I frantically got up out of the seat, said to the hostie, I said, look, my bag, it's still in the airport. And she goes, oh, well, you can't go back in now. You're on the plane. And I said, no, just let me, I'll run in, I'll run back out. She's like, mate, you're not going,
really?
You're on the tarmac. You can't go back in. I said, I need the bag. I'm leaving today, clearly. I need to go back. It's got my shit in it. It's got all the, I need the bag.
Yeah.
It's got my underpant in it.
My underpants in it.
Yeah. Well, one pair of underpants.
My underpants. They're still called underpants, even if they're just one. But
anyway. So they had to go in, radio all these people, go to the pub, get the bag. The whole plane's looking at me like, you're a fucking moron. Yeah. And eventually they bought it, which was great service. But that feeling when you leave your bag somewhere.
I thought you were going to say they chucked it on the next plane or something.
No, they got it there in time.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I wonder how often that happens.
Well, I didn't realise once you're on the plane, you can't actually get off.
Yeah, that would be anti-terror measures and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, but... I mean, time-wise, you could do lots of things that you can't do now. But, God, look, it's all the airport. It's a whole secret
exciting.
world.
I love it. I love the airport.
It's not exciting.
And I can't wait for us to go on a worldwide trip together.
Oh, God. So many hours sitting and waiting.
This could be a great SponCon idea.
Tell me.
The Can We Be Real around the world trip, right? You and I get around the world tickets, economy.
No.
Right?
No.
Yeah, around the world economy. We sit next to each other the entire time. No books, no podcasts.
We raw dog it.
We raw dog it.
We raw dog a trip around the world.
We'll do it with Scoot, right? So there's no teeth. Scoot, get in on this action. No TVs. Just you and I getting to talk.
In tiny seats.
But we'll go to cool places. So we'll start here. Then obviously we go to Singapore because that's where Scoot's from. Right? We'll have a
Singapore's a beautiful place.
We'll have a night over there.
Yeah.
Right? We'll drink at that Mantra. What is it?
I've stayed in that hotel with the pool that goes across. Yeah,
right?
Stayed there.
We'll get in our Cozzies and go for a swim. You call them Cozzies?
I call them Togs.
Togs.
Yeah. So do you. You're a Queenslander.
Yeah, so who calls them Cozzies?
I don't know.
Sydney siders.
Right.
Get your Cozzie on.
Get your Cozzie on. Cute.
I wonder what they call them overseas. Anyway, then we'll go from there. Where would you like to go? Because obviously next stop would be Europe,
From
I'd
Singers.
say. So, because that's the stopover.
Can't we stop somewhere in between?
Rome?
Can we stop in India? I love India.
Yeah, you really know how to ruin a round-the-world trip, don't you?
Yeah,
Like, no, it's good. It's great.
Yeah,
we'll do
you can
it.
stop in Mumbai on the way over.
What about fucking Greece or Italy or bloody one of those?
Move on, but
That's really annoying.
India's halfway.
Yeah, but
we could go to Jordan.
You don't go Singapore.
Jordan. You want a little Middle East stopover?
I wouldn't mind a bit of Middle East.
Oh, the food.
So hang on, let's go Singapore, Dubai.
Okay.
Well, you want Middle East, right?
Yeah, but like not that Middle East. I was thinking more the Jordan, Lebanon.
You fuck it up all the time. Let's go to places where there's hotels.
There's hotels I've stayed at. There's beautiful hotels in Beirut.
Okay.
Stunning.
Then we'll go to south of France, Nice, somewhere like that.
Okay, never been. Great.
You've never...
I've been to Paris. I've never been to the south of France. Great.
Duck up to London. You been to London before?
Many times.
What do you mean many times?
Oh, I just have.
Did you live there?
No.
What did you do? Because your sister was over there.
Sister was there, went for a few holidays, went for work a couple of times.
And we'll duck over to Los Angeles.
I love LA. I love LA because it's so cracked, although, mind you, it's very, very cracked at the moment. So, no, we're not going to America. I refuse to go to America at the moment. I'm scared of America at the moment. I know it's crazy, but I'm like, nah, it's too loose. I don't want to get bloody picked up by ICE at the airport and sent to God knows where.
Yep.
There's riots. There's no America. And that's a shame because I love Americans. And I've been to LA and thought it was super fun.
All right, Toronto then.
Oh, Canada.
Come on, they're all good. They're like us.
Canadians are gorgeous.
They're friendly people. Everyone loves them like they love us.
Yeah, but we're not going there in winter. You're so right. Everyone loves Canadians like they love us.
And then we'll duck up to Russia.
Yeah, I'd love to go to Russia.
You would like to go there, would you?
Yeah, love to.
Yeah.
Can we go and visit Yulia's mum?
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
God.
here's the thing. If we want to go to Russia, we have to do a visa process and you have to show where you've been for the last 10 years to get in. Where
can't you have been? Because I can tell you, in order to get into Lebanon or Jordan,
I'd say,
you have to prove...
Ukraine would be one.
Of course. If you want to go to Lebanon or Jordan, you can't have ever been to Israel. So, okay. Luckily, I've never been to Ukraine. So I should get into Russia.
Yeah, you'd be fine. They'll love you over there, mate.
Bloody love me. Most people do. So just tell them at the visa shop, just go, look, once you meet her, you'll love her.
Yeah. Now, the only thing with the partnership deal that we're building here, I don't know if Scoot goes to Russia. So we're going to have to really work on that round-the-world ticket idea.
You go.
To Russia?
On Scoot. And I will meet you there.
You are with me. This is all part of the journey.
No, I will meet you there.
This is not the game.
I'll meet you there.
We're going to podcast the entire thing. We'll stream it live on TikTok.
I'll meet you there. No, we're not doing... I mean, I'm happy to go places, but...
With me?
Yes. I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
But in economy, no.
Well, you're going to have to get down on my level, mate. We can't all be bloody,
you can't,
Carrie Ann Kennelly over there.
If I can't afford... No, Carrie Ann's a first classer. If I can't, I'm more of a Carl Stefanovic. If I can't afford to go Stefanovic business class, then I can't afford to go. That's my theory.
Get down here, me.
No. And I can't afford to go business class, at the moment. I've got too much dentistry to pay for, and that's fine. So I'm not going anywhere.
Okay.
You know, I'm sure I could get a $13 flight to Bali tomorrow, but I'm not taking it. No, I don't want that. No.
All right.
No, it's off.
Well, Scoot.
All the best, but no thank you, Scoot.
Just don't ruin the deal.
Mate, I saw a Scoot
It's part of the deal.
aeroplane.
It's part of the package and it'll happen. Don't worry about it.
I saw a Scoot aeroplane today at the airport this morning. It was painted in Pokemon. I'm not getting on that fucking thing.
That sounds exciting.
It's ridiculous. I was like, why are you doing that? That looks terrifying. I'm not getting on that. So no.
All right.
No.
Eddie had.
Yeah. Beautiful. Eddie had. Gorge.
All right. Let's get into some secrets.
Okay.
Have you got a secret? Do you want to share one today? Have you got anything going on in your life that you'd like to kick us off with?
Nothing at all.
You feel like you should share with the team?
Nothing at all. I had lunch with Donna and Jackie the other day.
What are they up to?
They were like, you know, what are you doing love life-wise? And I was like, nothing. I said, I can't be bothered. And then Jackie said, I know, you can't be bothered just shaving everything. I said, well, exactly, Jackie. I said, that's step number one. It's the prep. And I said, I'm just not into it at the moment. Okay. So that's, you know, no secrets to tell because life's very boring. It's all Top Chef and, you know. Kids.
So here we are both full bush at the moment. Is that what we're saying?
I guess we are. I guess we are saying that. Wow. I didn't think we needed to say that, but it's okay. It's it.
Well, you opened the door, mate.
I suppose I did. I was thinking legs.
I'm thinking, I'm just sharing.
I was thinking legs and armpits, but okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, it's enough.
This is our first written secret for today. I subscribed to my ex's OnlyFans out of curiosity.
Great.
Now I'm one of her top tippers.
Oh, no.
I know this is weird, but there's something about seeing that version of her again, confident and cheeky. Like when we met. We don't talk, but I feel like I know her better now than when we were together.
God, I think this says more about you than it does about her, don't you think? It's like...
That's something I've never thought of with OnlyFans. Like if your ex did go on OnlyFans... Everybody's got access to watch, right?
Yeah.
And you wouldn't know if your ex is watching you or your bloody dad's watching you or anyone's watching you.
But I mean, that's social media.
Not that your dad would watch you, but you know what I mean? Like as in anyone
your maths
could watch.
teacher,
your maths teacher, your bloody boss.
Your neighbour. Yeah, man. Like that, but that's always been the case with social media. But yeah, OnlyFans takes it to a new level, obviously. But that's sort of creepy and it's kind of sad that you were in a relationship with this woman and you couldn't, I mean, I don't know, maybe, I know, there's two people in a relationship, but you obviously still like her. You know, like you're saying, I like this confident version of her. It makes it sound like you destroyed that in her during your relationship, you know. But I suppose, I mean, I'm sure she's happy as long as you're tipping. You're a top tipper. I couldn't think about that if I was on OnlyFans. I couldn't think about who could be watching. It'd be just too mortifying. Do you think? Just to think, oh, my God, my neighbour Jean could be watching this or... the guy at the subway could be watching this.
Yeah, I wonder if it's at a point now where it's going to be diluted down to it doesn't matter anymore.
It seems that way now. It seems like it doesn't matter now if everyone's seen you nude. Whereas, like,
recently, is that a good thing? Because where does the shame come from in putting clothing on, and then when clothing comes off, a human being, it's like this bad thing.
Good point. Yeah.
Where does that shame come from?
Yeah, I don't know. And also,
I'm not saying I want to be nude on the podcast now, mate.
No, but I hear what you're saying. Like, why not? Like, yeah, there is a temptation to shame people who everyone has seen nude, but then you think, well, surely the end game is that, you know, women can breastfeed in public without having to feel shame and women can be topless at the beach like men are topless at the beach without people casting aspersions on their character, you know? So, yeah, I mean, I agree. What's the big fizz?
I would love to know when, and jump into the closed Facebook group if you know this, or maybe you'll know the answer to this, but when did clothing go from being a protection thing, right? Like as in, I don't want sunlight on me or I don't want...
I want to protect my feet from the rocks.
To this thing of being conservative. When did that shift happen? Because at one point their cavemen would just put a sheep on their back, cut a sheep open and put it on their back to cover up, right? Yeah. And that wasn't seen as like cover up your bits, mate.
Well, I guess it's different in different cultures too. Don't forget when white people came to Australia, Aboriginal people were still wearing very minimal clothes, especially if they were up north.
Right.
And then down south, possum possum skin coats and stuff. So yeah, they were.
So maybe OnlyFans will take us back to the days of where we could just walk around on the streets with no clothes on.
Good old days. Eh? Yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool.
For us all to be nude?
Why not? Nudist.
Well,
remember, I did say I wanted to go to a nudist retreat. Remember, because I do want to
get nude.
See, and I want to see if I can make it work in my brain. Because people who go to them say,
all right, what we'll do, part of the Sydney tour, right? Because I actually did this with Yulia's mum.
She's Russian.
No, mate. No, what happened was we hired a tinny, mate.
Great.
And I took him out on Sydney Harbour.
Oh, fuck. That is super cool.
I didn't know. And I'm sure there's going to be a group of people that know exactly what beach I'm talking about. But there we are, fanging it around, right? Yeah. And then as we get closer into the beach, there's just boats parked everywhere, right? Yep. And as we get closer, we realise the first boat is filled with nude people.
Great.
Right? As we get closer again, the next boat is filled with nude people. Jeez. So we start to... And,
that's a coincidence.
Julia's younger sister, who's like 21, is also at the front of the boat going... And they start talking in Russian to each other, right? And I'm at the back going, hey, driving this boat in, right? Yep. Kind of looking around going... Fuck, there's a lot of nude blokes around here. Fucking hell. We're getting closer and closer, right? And then Sonia is pointing at the beach like, what's going on over there? Right? And then I look at the beach and basically everyone's fucking naked.
Wow.
That's where I'll take you. That's part of the tour.
But you have to drop me off and come back.
Well, so what we did...
Because I want to be nude with strangers.
Yulia, obviously something got said, right?
Yeah.
In Russian.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Yulia just said, turn the boat around, would you? Like this.
Turn the boat around.
Yeah, so all of a sudden
I mean, they see that a bit.
But what I could do with you is take you all the way into the shore.
Yeah, and drop me off.
Yeah.
And then...
Well, I'm not going to get naked there with you, mate.
No,
that'd be a bit weird. I mean, we're close, but we're not that close, you know?
That's weird.
Or do we broadcast live from the beach?
Oh, look, I might get to that point, but I just need to initially experience it with strangers.
Yeah.
And...
What a beach, though.
Oh, what a time to be alive, I'll say it again.
What a time to be alive. And then going back to the point of, like, clearly those people are not worried about clothing.
Right.
And everything's okay over there.
That's what nudists say. They say, look, once no one notices. The thing that makes me laugh about those resorts is that they're like
It's not a resort, mate.
No, this is a beach. Right?
This is just a beach.
But what I'm saying is there are resorts.
And where did that meeting happen? Where that beach got decided to be that beach?
Right.
Who put the flag in and went, this beach? No clothes.
Well, tell me, what's the beach called? Can you tell me, or we don't want
to? What is the beach called? I don't actually know the name.
We'll find out later.
But I know it's on the side of where, like, it's the Mossman side.
Okay.
Right? Everyone can get into the closed Facebook group and discuss this, but and you've got to kind of walk down a set of stairs.
Great.
To get down there to that beach. It's covered up.
Covered up.
Yeah.
I know in Queensland, my dad, we went on, I think, 3 family holidays during my childhood. One of them, my father didn't even come. But one of them, he came, and for some reason, he said he'd take me to a beach. And then when we got there, everyone was naked. And then so we quickly left, and he took me back, and I was telling Mum, oh, my God. And we realised I think it was called Paradise Beach. So, again, get into the Facebook group and tell us. I'm pretty sure it would have been Sunshine Coast, a beach called Paradise Beach that was a nudist beach. So... I don't know. I guess it's just a culture that evolves. Some bloke rocks up and gets nude. Someone else hears about it and goes, I'm going to get nude too.
This is the thing. That's illegal, though, because it's indecent exposure. Yeah. So how does it go from being some bloke turns up and gets his gear off, doesn't get arrested, and then it turns into a let's all get here and get nude?
And it seems to turn into
that meeting happen?
Blind eye thing where the coppers go, oh, yeah, they're nude
There's
again.
Too many of them now.
Yeah.
We can't compete.
Yeah. Let's just, all right, if they all promise to go to that one beach and be nude,
let them go.
Let them go. But what if some nice Russian lady comes past in a tinny and she doesn't want to see it? Well, too bad. She's just going to have to wear it because it's just where we're saying they can get nude.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'd be more scared of bull sharks. I would never swim in Sydney Harbour. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Nude or otherwise, I want to be in a submarine. But
anyway, subscribing to the X's OnlyFans account. What do you think?
It seems fine with me. I think, is it perfectly understandable or is it creepy? I think it's not. I think it's perfectly understandable. At the very least, out of curiosity, you would. And then...
Well, your ex, if he was on OnlyFans, what would you be? Would you be taking a look at the windmill?
Oh, fucking
was he a windmill?
How messy. Oh, God. It's just hilarious to even think that he could be organised enough to have an OnlyFans and then remember to do the windmill on it. Like, it's hilarious. The proposition you're putting to me is hilarious.
Oh, God. That would be really funny if he was, if you were like, how the fuck's he making money these days? He's just smashing out the windmill on OnlyFans.
He's got a fair old windmill, just to be, I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying I don't think he's organised enough.
All right. Yeah. This is our next written secret. I tell my partner I'm listening to educational podcasts to better myself. Yeah. Diary of a CEO.
Yep, sure. I get
that's my usual go-to.
Yep.
But it's just, can we be real?
Well, I mean, if you're not learning here, then bravo to you because...
Yeah, well, I'm laughing at stories about Mr. Undies and cheating partners.
What?
Yeah, they think that I'm on some self-improvement journey. This person says that they love us, and we're their walking partners. You are my walking partners.
Well, enjoy your walk as you are walking right now.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it might be a bit chilly, so good on you for getting out and walking again.
Depends where she is, mate. She could be in bloody Europe.
Oh shit! I keep forgetting
she
that.
She could be Greek.
She could be. She could be in Canada.
Yeah.
Where our friends often used to send us pictures when I was loving summer and they were snowed under. So you might be wherever you're walking, good on you. And, look, lots to learn around here. I mean, I've learned a lot doing this show. Are you joking?
What have you learnt?
I mean...
We should make this a segment. What have you learnt?
Oh, we should, actually. That's a really great idea. I mean, recently I learnt that you can go to Bali with your husband and let him go and finger a sex worker while another one gives you a hand job.
And that's a turn on. And
that's fine.
Yeah.
And that can be a turn on. I've learnt that. Through this show. So, yeah, we're always learning. I hope to be always learning.
Maybe we should do some key takeaways at the end of each episode.
I love that.
Here are the 3 key takeaways for the episode today.
What are your takeaways? What are my takeaways? That's great. That's a great idea.
Which nude beach should you go to?
Yep. Well, we're not finished yet. So at the end of this episode, don't forget.
We're getting close to it, though. Don't you feel like we're getting close?
Yeah. Do we have another secret?
No. No, we have 2 audio secrets, don't we?
That's what I'm saying.
So
I don't want to go too early.
Keeping us going there, mate.
I could learn something mind-blowing out of these.
Thanks for helping me out.
Yeah, no worries. So, and making it look seamless. So, I'm not ready yet to give you my key takeaways.
No, I love it. All right. Let's get into our first audio secret for today.
Okay, so my secret is that for the last maybe 6 years, on and off, I've been having a sexting affair, I guess you call it, with someone from high school that I'd never even kissed. There's just this weird pull to each other constantly. Every couple of months we check back in and send each other things that we absolutely should not send when we've both got families. Ugh, I don't even know if I'd want to touch him if I saw him in real life. It's just the excitement. Anyway, that's my secret. Ugh.
Ooh.
Sexting.
Sounds fun and harmless to me.
Does it?
Yeah, but I'm very open-minded about these things. But again, you're right. And someone called me out about this recently on Facebook, actually, and said, look, I'm always just encouraging people to have affairs. And I probably have been. And I probably haven't put enough thought into what it would feel like if I were the partner and I found out about this.
Well, and also, you're on the other side.
Yes, I have been an affair partner.
No, but also you've been through this part of life, right? Of being in a relationship, and you've come out the other side.
Yeah,
right?
but I could go back in again. But I think that I am so impressed and excited with myself, to be honest with you.
You're loving yourself hard.
I think I'm loving myself so sick for being an affair partner that I have absolutely lost track of sensitivity for the other, and how I would feel. Let's be real. If I had a partner...
You'd be hurt. I know that.
And I found out that he was sexting...
You'd be fucking furious.
I'd be furious.
And you'd be pissed off. You'd be hurt.
Yes.
But what you'd show the world is that you're furious.
Yes.
But deep down inside, you'd be truly hurt.
Yes.
Quite soft, quite sensitive, but showing everyone else the tough side.
I think yes, and I would destroy him.
Is right?
Right.
But is that the truth?
That's the truth. I would feel as though I couldn't rest until I destroyed him. And that's not healthy. But I do think that it's the lying that would upset me. I honestly have come to a point in my life where I think I can handle someone having sex with more than one person, but I don't like being lied to and treated like an idiot. That really...
Actually, that's what it is. We don't like to be the idiot. I actually don't think it's the lying.
Yes.
I just think we don't like to be fooled.
Yes.
Right? So the thing is, if someone is willing to, which I don't think many people would, but if everyone would just tell the truth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, there'd be everyone would probably be more accepting of a lot of shit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Don't you think?
The last relationship that really tore me up, it was because I realised I'd been played. I'd been played so hard, like such an idiot.
And why don't we like to be played?
Oh, it's probably just ego. I don't know, but I lost my shit after that one because I was just like my husband fucked me over in a lot of ways and my kids, but not like this. This was like, but he didn't I didn't feel conned. But this other one I felt conned over the course of a couple of years. And that one, oh my God. So I think the problem here is while sexting a dude you went to high school with who you think you don't seem to have any interest whatsoever in catching up with him, problem is if your partner finds out, it's almost worse because if he finds out, it doesn't even mean anything to you. It's just a bit of harmless fun, but he's going to be Devo. And part of it, I think, is the ego thing of feeling like a fool, feeling like you're being made fun of or you're being humiliated. And then it's like, it's not even worth it because you don't even really like this other guy. You know what I mean? I had a girlfriend who is my age and she, a couple of years ago, got back in touch with her high school crush. So, I mean, we're going back 35 years or something, right? And it was hilarious because he had a name. I can't even remember it, so I can't accidentally say it, which is good. But he had a name that sounded like the heartthrob from high school on Neighbours or on Home and Away. You know, it was something like Steve.
Toadfish.
No. It was something like Steve, Steve Jones or what. It just sounded like a character from TV, and I was always teasing her about it. And they actually did reconnect on Facebook, and then they actually did reconnect in real life because she was breaking up at that time. And it was shit. It was just like there was this part of her that was 16 and just like, oh, my God, I'm with the hot guy from school. I never thought this would happen. But eventually she realised, no, he's just another 50-something-year-old loser. It's like, this is the fantasy. I've got the fantasy out of my system, you know. So maybe there's a bit of that going on there with you too.
What's hot when you're 16 is not hot when you're 50.
No, the reality is I do understand sort of wanting to avenge your teenage years a bit. But
he might have been good at handball and winning.
Right?
You know?
Yeah.
And would always kill it.
Yeah. Might have even had a car in year 12 or something cool like that, you know. But
you'd hope that by 50 he's got a car.
Well, they don't all. Believe me.
So it could still be hot.
I doubt
it could still be a hot thing if you've got a car.
We've discussed many times the Mr. Borises of the world are few and far between. So in the real world. So I would knock it off, to be honest. I would stop sexting the guy from school. Yeah. Just because, oh no, you got a lot to lose. You know what you want to get yourself? One of them AI boyfriends.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, why? They're not real. Sex that thing to your heart's content. I mean, then you're not going to hurt anyone.
What's it sexting you back?
Yeah, they sext you back.
With what?
I don't know. I don't have one. But yeah, everyone's got them.
Some binary code.
No, you get yourself an AI boyfriend or girlfriend. Yeah, it's going off its tits.
So it just generates an image and then sends it to you.
I don't even know if it's an image or just a name
I think that takes the fun out of sexting. If you are getting a sext from something that just generated out of ChatGPT, it's like, what's the point of that?
Danger out of it as well. I mean, obviously.
That's not a thing.
The obvious
can't be a thing.
answer is start sexting your husband. That's the obvious answer.
Yeah, but she's seen that 1,000 times.
So, see what I mean? So everyone's going, oh, God, wake me up when she's finished with this bullshit. But that's the obvious answer. Find a way to be interested in sexting your husband or get an AI boyfriend and sext him. No one's going to get hurt. Yeah, it's going to be really embarrassing when your husband finds out about it, but he's not going to be hurt.
How do you file that one?
Be careful. We're cracking open the be careful file.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. This is the next audio secret.
I've got a secret that I'm not proud of. Mum getting sent off at the under 6 soccer game reminded me of it. She's my person, of her. But I have 2 children, and I played netball as a kid, and I was quite good at it, toot my own horn, but I was in rep, and all I remember is being hungry for the ball. That's all I cared about. Where's the ball? I want to get it, and I want to win, and don't be shit, or I'll be pissed off. So that was my attitude. And so you can imagine my extreme and utter disappointment when I've got 2 children that are not hungry for the ball whatsoever. They do not give a shit about the ball or winning. And I hate it. It's so frustrating to watch. So I thought I'll coach them in netball. And then they'll get hungry for the ball because I'll coach and it'll be amazing. And anyway, it turned out my kid's the shittest on the team. She's not hungry for the ball at all, and the rest of the girls are. And so I got banned from coaching because my husband said I was too mean and I was sidelining my daughter too much because she's too shit. And it wasn't
not hungry for the ball.
Really good for her confidence. So anyway, we don't play netball anymore.
Thank Christ, I think, on behalf of everybody. Look, hungry for the ball. I mean, you can't make your kid be hungry for the ball, babes.
Were you hungry for the ball?
Oh, still am. But
I wouldn't want to take you on in netball, I'll be honest with you. I feel like you would really, you'd knock me over.
I give up. I give no resistance in netball. Oh, mate. They made us all play netball. Look, I can't even speak. I'm so bored already by this conversation. Play netball in high school because I went to Catholic girls' school, right? So it's like everyone has to play netball.
Which position are you?
I was goal attack, which I liked because I got to stand still.
And you're tall. Is that why? Is that why? Because you're taller than most of the girls?
Because the centre was my friend Anne. She's little and nifty and a fast runner. Yeah, right. So you're right. I think the further you get from the centre, the bigger you're allowed to be.
But then if you love the ball so much...
Yeah, different, there's different balls for different purposes. And
so you have to wait for the ball to come to you, though.
Yeah, but no, in those days, I was 13 at the time, wasn't hungry for the ball yet. And so, as I say, I liked it because I got to stand still and also because I was in the C3 team.
So not A, not B.
Not A1,
C,
not A2, not A3, not B1, B2 or B3, not C1 or C2, but C3. So
were you at least the person selecting who was in your team? Or were you, oh, mate. No. So you're even the captain of that team.
Talk about not hungry for the ball, mate. I was virtually vomiting it back up. Like I was so...
What were your mum and dad saying? Were they on the sidelines going, come on, what's she up to?
My parents had no idea what I was doing at school. I said this before, I don't know if my father knew what school I went to. And Mum didn't give 2 shits. Unless she got a phone call saying there's some drama. And then it never was. I wasn't that naughty. I was not,
So how did you get the old
head injury?
No, the old brain.
The old brain.
The old brain ticking. If they didn't,
just the brain I've got. But
magic.
Yeah, just magic. But unfortunately, my daughter's got the same brain, and so she's trying to get out of school all the time at the moment. And I have to say, no, you've got to go.
Is she hungry for the ball?
She's not hungry for the ball or the book. She's not hungry for any of that. You know what she's hungry for? The Xbox. Now, it's very hard for me to say you've got to go to school, you've got to get your shit done. When my mum, they go out for lunch with my mum who says, oh, God, your mother was hopeless, honestly. She never studied and she failed high school. That's what she tells them about me. And I'm like, thank you, Mum. I'm trying to say...
Yeah, actually, you know what, though? If she's great at Xbox, right.
I know what you're going to say.
Maybe she'll be a great gamer. And
I agree.
There's actually an industry there for that. That's an industry now.
Saw a documentary about a kid who bought his mum a house. I get it, but
right.
I don't need to look at the moment. They're
what
just
kind of games
there.
does she play? Not Mario Kart, is it?
I don't know.
I don't think that's the thing to be hot at.
I wouldn't have a clue what they're playing. Or something. I don't know. I couldn't even guess at what she's playing. So, I know that is part of the responsibility that I should have, but I don't know. But look. She's not hungry for the ball. She's not hungry for the books. She's not hungry for
Does it suck when your kid doesn't love what you love?
It can do. But then I remember when I was their age, when I was 15, I was the same. So I think hopefully...
Well, wouldn't you look at whatever your parents love and go, just to annoy them, I won't love that thing?
Well, my dad loved his taxi, so that wasn't at a risk of loving that. And my mum loved church. So, yeah, not really
I did not pick that.
Yeah, oh, shit, yeah. Yeah, lives for it. So, yeah. So, look, not hungry for the ball. I do have a girlfriend who's was in a similar boat. Her ball was basketball, and she used to send her own kid off all the time because he wasn't passing the ball or some shit. And the rest of us would go, mate, you can't do that. She was like, no, bullshit. It's for the team. Blah, 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 blah. We just got to accept our children aren't extensions of us, Dal.
They're new humans.
They're doing
their own
humans,
thing.
And like...
They're not yours. You don't own them.
Like my kids aren't hungry for the ball, but that's understandable because I don't think I ever gave them a ball. So that's understandable at my house.
That's what we could do in Sydney.
What's that? Give kids balls?
I could take them down to the park. We could kick a soccer ball together. Do some frisbee.
Oh, they're not that polite. I don't think they'd cop that.
All right.
You know what they do? They go... You go, Simon, you kick the ball.
I'd kick it and then I'd have to go chase it.
Yeah. You chase it. You chase the ball and kick it. We're going to sit here on our phones. So, you never know what they're going to grow into, darling. Look at me. My parents did not know what I was going to grow into.
And look at you now.
And look at me bloody now. So, with a bit of luck, your kid will turn out like me. You never know.
All right, that is it for today's episode. If you've got some secrets that you want to share, all you have to do is go to the link in the description, the show notes. We will catch you again tomorrow.
You forgot something.
What did I forget?
What are our takeaways?
Oh, fuck, what are our takeaways?
Mate, I knew you'd forget it. What have you taken away from today?
We did takeaways halfway through.
No, we didn't. I refused to let you do them. So now you got to just give me one takeaway from today.
Be hungry for the ball.
I knew you'd pick the most recent thing we talked about.
Yeah, because that's all I can remember.
That's my takeaway, is that this segment's not going to work.